Hi folks, my name's LJ and I'm that leadership guy. Today's going to be a bit tricky as I actually haven't prepared any specific subject at all due to a business trip that took all week. Happens to the best of us. And initially I just thought about skipping today's video altogether, just moving on next week as if nothing had ever happened. But then I thought maybe I could do something that might be worth your while after all. Basically, a little preview on what I've been planning for the next few weeks, and I think we're talking February through April here. So I just want to share my thoughts on the videos that I'm going to do in this time frame, and if you think, hey, this or that subject sounds quite interesting, then just feel free to leave a subscription. You won't miss out on my future videos and you'd actually help me a great deal to get this channel rolling. So thank you a lot for your support, and with that I think we can start with the first topic that I'll be dealing with next week, at least that's the plan, which is the Dunning-Kruger effect. Now you might be asking yourself, what the heck is a Dunning-Kruger effect? But actually chances are you've already encountered it in your personal life. Have you ever dealt with people who just think they're way more competent than they actually are? Or have you ever found yourself thinking, why the heck is it that I'm always the smartest guy in the room? Well, stuff like that is explained by the Dunning-Kruger effect. And this effect can have devastating consequences, especially for leaders. And we will look at several very nice examples from fiction next week in what I hope will be a very interesting and entertaining video. Maybe a bit more heavy on the theory part, but let's just wait how it turns out. Another thing I wanted to show you is a book that I'm just reading, which is called The Wisdom of Psychopaths by Kevin Dutton. Now, there's plenty of research on how you can find psychopaths in boardrooms all across the globe. Lots of CEOs, managers or politicians are psychopaths or at least show psychopathic tendencies and character traits, which, by the way, doesn't need to be a bad thing. Dutton's book deals with lessons in life from saints, spies and serial killers, and actually, when you look at the cover, you see a very familiar hockey mask that already gives you an inkling of what psychopath we might be dealing with in that video. However, I'm still thinking that instead of Hannibal Lecter, Gus Fring from Breaking Bad would be an excellent example to illustrate this subject, as he shows better than any other fictional character how two-faced, literally in his case, leaders can be at times. Friendly and caring for his star vet Pollos Hermanos, ruthless and sinister in his second life as a drug lord. So I think this will be very interesting to look at. By the way, if you want to read The Wisdom of Psychopaths before I'm doing a video on it, you can check out the link in the video description where you can purchase the book while at the same time supporting my channel. Thank you a lot, and with that let's go on to another topic, namely transformative or transformational leadership. I briefly touched upon this issue in my video on Quiz Universalala, and I already mentioned there that I'd be doing a deep dive on that, as transformational leadership is one of today's most important leadership styles. So it certainly deserves a dedicated video, which I'll be doing a few weeks from now. I actually don't yet know which fictional character I will choose to illustrate the points I'm going to make in this video, so if you have a good idea, please feel free to leave your suggestions in the comments below. And speaking of comments, some weeks ago I did a video on the failure of Tywin Lannister, which is my most clicked and most commented video to date. And basically there are two types of feedback which I found simply stunning. First of all, lots of you guys elaborated on what I was talking about, leaving your own take on the subject matter, like what you thought why Tywin failed, some of you taking my theory and expanding on it, while others had completely different takes on what caused his failure. And there have been like entire essays in the comment section of that video. As I said, it's just stunning and really amazing. And I strongly feel that this is something that deserves a dedicated video where I check out some of the theories that you provided, just talk about them a little and give my opinion on them. And yeah, I just hope that by that I can make this channel more of a living thing, so to speak, implementing a little bit of a back and forth that extends way beyond the comment section. And then there has been a second type of comments which actually left me even more astounded, as some of you said, no, just no, what the heck are you talking about? Tywin Lannister did not fail. I don't know how you get that idea, and actually I really think that this is an utterly wrong take on the character, but we have learned from my confirmation bias video that one shouldn't just look for things that corroborate your existing beliefs, so these comments really got me thinking about what is failure and what is success in the first place. So this is going to be a very, well, kind of philosophical video. I will check out what philosophers say about failure and success, and I want to check out some other examples from fiction, such as Darth Vader, someone who certainly failed to some extent, but is framed at least by the director in a way that at the end he didn't really feel like being a failure, becoming a Force ghost and being in the arms of his son when he dies and stuff like that. So yeah, I think this really deserves some deep dive, and I think that's going to be a very interesting, maybe a very controversial video, and I think this will be out in late March. Lastly, I'll do a video on the failure of Albus Dumbledore. And I know the Potterheads here will probably go just right down into the comment section and roast me there, but maybe you want to hang on for a second. I think that there's a very strong case to be made about Dumbledore being a catastrophic failure as a leader, and that he's caused lots of unnecessary suffering and deaths. He's extremely overconfident, and he has a huge problem in terms of communication. So this is something I want to deal with in greater detail. I'll probably use book number 5 or the 5th movie, Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, to illustrate my point, as this is a source where he actually kind of admits in the end that he hasn't been the best possible leader and that he's made some mistakes in the way he dealt with Harry Potter. So I hope this is something even the hardcore Potter fans can agree upon, so you're not completely mad at me. But in any case, I'm really looking forward to that discussion with you guys. So these are my plans for the next few weeks, and as you know, plans constantly change. So there might be some other videos that come out on this channel, while some of the things that I just talked about today might take a little longer than I expect for now. So please just bear with me and have some patience here. And in the meantime, I'd also really like to invite you to leave your suggestions for leaders you want me to take a closer look at in the comment sections of my videos. Some of you already provided me with some really great ideas from the anime realm, and yeah, I will come to that, but sometimes I just have to watch the shows and movies first before I can deal with a leader from a certain franchise. As I said, please just be patient. There's a lot of ground to cover, and there will be so many videos in the future. So if you don't want to miss out on those, the best way is to leave a subscription. Thank you very much if you consider that, and then I hope to see you around next time. Until then, have a great time and be good people.